he's about trying to help.
Calls.
Yeah, that's 46 points.
The Bulls making a switch here. Noah's checked in. Three-pointer, Butler.
46-point game. He became the oldest player to get 45.
Dunleavy. And again, Chicago. No good. The drive by James.
Aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Cavaliers.
Clark, their inside game was what secured.
What an amazing performance this was for James. He was doing everything right, and the points came in. And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area. And a final point, guys, with Powell's career game. It's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. I mean, he had been the go-to guy with his time in Memphis for so long. And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
Dishes to Dunleavy. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And it's Rose missing.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
The drive by James. Great D that time from Gibson. Noah dishes to Dunleavy. And here's Rose outside. Missed. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
On the road looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Gasol's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Bulls. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year...
6 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean,
right. You
rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
Here's Wall. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. Chicago with the ball. 4-point game. Dunleavy dishes to Rose. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And, guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Wizards on D. Rose gets a wide open look. Kept alive. Wall against Rose. And Gibson sends it back.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
On for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact. You got to have some guts and guile to take it to the bucket strong despite the big fella standing in the way.
To the inside. Dunleavy. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Wall's shot is off.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring. No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Now here's Wall. Beal from long range. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. Bulls have had a great rebounding team for a long time now. Last season was no different.
Yeah, so many categories to measure how well a team rebounds. The Bulls were in the top 3 in almost all of them.
Wall passes to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. And Wall. Oh! Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks.
I tell you
there.
what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
Now here's Butler. It's stolen by Morris.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Chicago calls timeout. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
But he gets it back. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on to May.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them. And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Morris checked in for Chicago. Morris kicks to Dudley. Beal dishes to Morris. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And finished off by McDermott.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Bulls lead by 6. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Chicago right now, they've got Noah, Mirotic out there with Portis, then it's Brooks, and it's Holiday in the shooting guard. And Wall. Here we go now. And he gets it to go.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Butler comes in for Mirotic, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks.
And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
When you're talking about Wall's burst, he can go end to end in seconds. Clark, you're amazed. You said he's a blur.
Yeah, rack to rack in a nanosecond is what Wall can do. I mean, his speed is something special.
Here's Rose. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
The Bulls making a switch here. Dunleavy's checked in.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self.
Chicago, no good.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Temple comes in for Morris, and it's Thornton in for Beal. And a change for the Bulls. Gibson's checked in.
How about that, fans? Your Wizard girls, go on, give them a hand.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Wall again. Butler. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Wall. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Chicago has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time.
It's Wall with the drive. Good work defensively by Gasol. It's deflected. And here we go, the Wizards fast break.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Chicago calls timeout.
And guys, the wheels really fell off of Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 for contest.
So for the Wizards, Dudley comes in for Porter. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. On the topic of Thornton, break last season, he wasn't all bad. He did hit, a career high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot. Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Chicago calls timeout.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Morris is checked in for Dudley. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Garrett Temple. Beal's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And John Wall subbed in for Sessions. Here's Rose. And the Bulls with another miss. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Here's Butler, following the basket by John Wall. .110 left in the first half, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, he used his body well to lean around the defender. It's always going to be difficult to convert that shot, though. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And Rose throws it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Whoa! Goodness. Woo. And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
The Wizards have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. And Porter drops them both.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Here's Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game. From deep. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a conclusion. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
We've seen John Wall handling his business. 18 points now and 3 assists as well. He's carrying them right now. He scored over half of their points.
It's a one-man show, guys.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and...
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his 4th giveaway already. He's letting his guard down out there.
Rose kicks to Butler. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on John Wall.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And so Butler nails both of them. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Wall draws the double. The pass to Gortat. And it's Beal in the corner. Morris. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Morris has got the lead up to 4 now for the Wizards. The thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. Quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Rose.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second wind.
All with it. He's got 20. Pass to Morris. There's the bucket. Good. Morris has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Wizards.
And, you know, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers. It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Morris with a screen on Butler. Wall passes to Morris. And that one is hammered home.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Dunleavy kicks to Gibson. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And Butler, here we go. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Deflects the pass. Pass to Portis. Brooks right side. It's stolen by Wall. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Porter's running. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East. 33 of their 50 wins last year, Clark, coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played 500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic teams, taking 16 wins in 18 games against that division.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Portis. And both free throws good for Brooks.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Holiday with the block. They get it back. Here's McDermott. He dishes it to Noah. It's Brooks on the wing. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Now just a 2-point Wizards lead. The Wizards have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Brooks. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Brooks has got 6 here in this quarter.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Timeout is charged for Washington.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
They've already picked up a number of fouls here, and they're in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet, keeping their hands up, and defending without fouling.
Into the Bulls, shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Passes it to Mirotic for the lead. And again, no good by Chicago. Wall attacking. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Tie game in Washington. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Here's Brooks on the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. We got Doug McDermott. Brooks is out there with Etuan Moore. Then there's Noah. And it's Mirotic in the power forward position.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Nice shot by McDermott.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
There's a screen by Gorton. Stolen by Brooks. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. McDermott can't get it to go. Wizards trailed by 4. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Noah. And it's Moore penetrating. And it's sent back by Morris. Here's Wall. Great defense that time from Noah.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Etuan Moore. And it's Rose in for Brooks. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Wall dishes to Gorton. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Right wing. Porter kicks to Morris. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Rose. Gortat with the block. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Washington calls timeout.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, They're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
And Wall. Here we go now.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
Chicago calls timeout. The Bulls leading by 4. And it's Rose penetrating. Morris with the block.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Feeds it the Wall. .146 left in the fourth quarter. Gortat with a screen on Rose. It's Wall with the drop. Shot clock at 3. But they recover. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Bulls have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Lets it go from 11. Rose can't get that one to fall.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
It's Wall with the drop. From 13.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And again, Washington no good. Chicago calls timeout. They're up by 4. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. They need this one. And it's Rose missing. Wizards trailed by 4. To the middle. It's deflected. It's stolen by Dunleavy. One-on-one here. And that one's good.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friend.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of the backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad. Reverse that one. Oh, now that was nice. Real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
Sessions checked in for Washington. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
That's good from Gibson. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Beal. Connects! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
On its way from Rose for 2. And that one comes up a bit short. It's stolen by Rose. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his third personal foul. Shooting for Washington, Derrick Rose.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Bulls foul. Derrick Rose. That's his third personal foul. 4th team foul. Shooting for Washington, Ramon Sessions. 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that trims the lead to 6. 9 seconds left in the game. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his third personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
2 shots.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. That'll be a 5-second call.
And as a coach, that's the kind of turnover that drives you nuts.
And, Greg, there's no reason for that turnover to happen. It's just inexcusable.
8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close.